I just want to be real with you guys today. I have no fancy wording for how I want to start this. I don't really have the introduction going here. I just want to come out and be honest and just say that, I've been real positive. I've been feeling real positive, and it's, I've been feeling like I'm really moving on from everything that happened with my ex there, and that I'm finally finding myself and being happy again. And I don't know what it was, but just yesterday, I feel like just afternoon, I started just kind of feeling down. Must have been something I did or something I seen or whatever. But I started feeling down and was just kind of down last night. And then I got on Instagram and seen a video that was basically this guy finding out that his girlfriend was cheating on him. And I don't know what it was about it, maybe just the fact of this video is literally him finding out this, and it triggered something in me, and wow, last night was terrible, just mentally terrible. I was in a real shitty place, mixed emotions of anger coming back, thinking about everything that she did to me, as well as just sadness and self-pity, feeling bad for myself about everything that happened. And I sat there last night, just, like I say, mixed emotions, feeling like shit, just wanting to text her and be like, why did you do this to me? And why can't you really apologize? Because I've never gotten a true explanation or apology out of it. But I knew that wasn't going to fix anything, so I didn't actually bother to do that. I have done it in the past, and it's gone nowhere. So I was just sat there with my emotions. And I've learned in all this time that when you're feeling down and whatnot, just let yourself feel all of that, because frankly, to be holding in your feelings is not a good thing. And I know when you're with a narcissist and just trying to deal with them in the relationship and whatnot, you learn to push your emotions to the side, the negative ones that you have about them and whatnot, because if you bring those up, it just gets thrown in your face and it all becomes your fault. But I've learned just to feel it. And honestly, I've been back feeling quite a bit better now. I honestly, this morning, still feeling shitty. I thought I was going to end up recording this and like crying and whatnot in it, but I'm feeling all right now. But I had a couple things I wanted to read to you guys. One thing I literally just found earlier, and okay, here it is. There will be people who would rather walk away from you than face the reality of how they hurt you. They may choose denial over accountability and distance over honesty. When someone shows you they'd rather lose you than confront their own actions, it's a sign that your peace is worth more than their presence. That's a big thing that, hopefully hits home with you guys. I know it hit home for me. And it's just about, when someone shows you that they don't care and they don't want, like I was just saying, I was wanting to message her to, try to get an apology out of her, which I knew wasn't going to happen anyways. But when you're with someone like that, or when you've been with someone like that that's really messed you up mentally, you gotta learn to, you're not gonna get a real answer, a real true apology from them. And at some point you gotta acknowledge that and do what you have to with it. Just like I say, before I know I had a video before about forgiving yourself, for letting yourself be put through all that. And that's really, when you can't get an apology from them, you're struggling to forgive them, and you got to forgive yourself. And from there, I think you can learn to forgive them, which honestly, I'm still working on. Honestly. I am on my Kindle here reading another book. So this book, and this, like I say, I'm still working on doing this myself, but this book is called Forgiving What You Can't Forget. And there's something in here that I literally was just reading last night. I had to highlight it for myself. And oh my gosh, I highlighted everything. But this is about forgiving, and right in here is about trauma and kind of triggerings, because that's really what happened to me last night. I was already down mentally, emotionally, just feeling kind of down for whatever reason. And seeing that one little video clip, I seen like 10 seconds of it, and it triggered me to a point where I was, rough, real rough. But anyways, a little bit here. Every trauma has initial effect and a long-term impact. The initial effect in my situation was the discovery of my husband's affair and the immediate changes that were thrust into our world as a result. There was the shock and devastation that happened during the season of trauma that became facts of the story. Though that season is over and many healing years have passed, there are still moments when I get tripped up by a bad memory. Or triggered by a statement made and overwhelmed by an unexpected wave of pain. Precisely what happened last night. Or assaulted by fear that stirs up all kinds of anxiety and irrational thoughts. That's the impact this trauma had on me. Now, here's an example that if you're having a hard time wrapping your head around triggers and traumas and whatnot, this is a pretty good example she put in here. For example, if another driver ran a stop sign and hit your vehicle with such force that it broke your leg in several places, that's the fact of what happened. But long after the bones heal, if you now walk with a limp, or you deal with nerve damage, or you're no longer able to run, the impact of the accident continues to affect you. Even after you forgive the other driver for the fact of what happened, there will be constant reminders that trigger ongoing emotional responses. Each morning when you go into your closet and see your running shoes, feelings are triggered just by the sight of something you used to enjoy so much that's now been taken away by no choice of your own. The feeling may range from disappointment that quickly goes away to bitterness over the unfairness of it all. You may even make up stories in your mind imagining the driver who hit you out running, freely moving about with not a care in the world. Anger rises up inside of you with such force that it almost demands you do something to right the scales of justice. Literally. Like, reading all that as I'm dealing with this, I was like, dude, that, because, and I know narcissists like to play out to the world like they're great and look at how great their life is, which I know, anyways. But just the thought of like, and I've said it before, all that time that like year and whatever of feeling so down and depressed about myself and like feeling like I'm in such a hole. And I'm like, here she is out there living her life with someone new, and just, like, all I'm imagining is she's so happy and free and doing all this and that, and here I sit because of things she's done to me. And it's like, dude, you know, you gotta move on eventually, I guess, and you gotta learn to just enjoy your life and make it what you want it. You can't just sit there and dwell and stuff. And I get, obviously, like I'm saying, I get it. There'll be days and times that shit pops up that it just takes you back and it hurts you, but you gotta learn to process those emotions and move on from there. So that's about all I got for you guys today. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the honesty, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment down below. If you're willing to, let me know, like what things might trigger you and bring you back to those days when all that happened to you. And as always, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.